Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is What's Happening with Donnie Clark. I'm your host here, Donnie Clark, obviously. And right here next to me is Michael Cooper. How are you doing today, sir?
It's nice to meet you, Donnie Clark. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, my man. Well, I just want to start out by asking you a few questions, if you don't mind.
I do not mind at all.
All right, let's get started. So I got one very important question for you. So what is your most favorite thing to do when you're by yourself?
The most favorite thing I like to do when I'm by myself is look at television.
Look at television.
Yes.
What do you like to watch?
I like sci-fi. I like sci-fi. I like adventure. I like to watch the explosions. Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell you on TV. Yeah, that's what I like to do. Watch TV.
Watch TV.
Right.
So do I.
And sleep. Yeah, I like to do that.
Sweet. All right. So, do you like Halloween? That's your favorite?
Sure,
holiday?
I love Halloween.
So, what's your favorite costume?
The favorite costume I would love to do is I like Dracula.
Dracula?
Yes, Dracula. I like Dracula. Dracula's a strong character, can go out in the middle of the night, and he goes and he kind of creeps around, and I like Dracula.
Okay, Dracula's cool. Have you been Dracula before? Is that
I've never been. You know what? To be honest, I've never played Dracula. I just like Dracula. I like some of the Dracula movies. I like the way in all the Draculas, Dracula is so debonair. He's so laid back. He talks with an accent. Black Dracula, white Dracula, it doesn't matter which Dracula you're talking about. They all talk with the accent like they're from another country.
Very cool.
And the ladies love accents.
Yes, they do.
Even though I do have one, but that's another story.
All right. So let me tell you, D, does your mom have a favorite catchphrase?
Give your heart to God, because I got the rest. That's what she used to tell me as a child after I had done something that was not quite appropriate.
That's not. All right. So if you get $1 million, however, it's because 100 is taken from 10,000 random people. If nobody knows that you got the money, would you do it? Why and why not?
If it was legal, yes, because we do it all the time. If it's illegal, no. And the thing is, you gotta draw the line somewhere. If I did do that, it would be to help people. That would be my ultimate goal, is to help lift people up.
Well, Michael, thank you very much, man. I think we're about to run out of time here, but all I have to say is thank you very much for coming, and we really enjoyed you, and man, hopefully come back and see us again.
I will definitely. You invite me, I will be here. Thank you.
Hi, and good afternoon. My name is Martina Doust, and I'd like to welcome you to Today in Nashville. Excuse me. Today our guest is Curtis Smith, and we are honoring Father's Day weekend. So Curtis volunteered to come on the show and to be our guest and answer a few questions. Curtis, how you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much for coming.
That's no problem, anytime.
How you doing? Happy Father's Day.
Well, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. So a few random questions for you, if you don't mind.
Go right ahead.
Okay, Curtis. If you were a vegetable, what vegetable would you be?
Probably be broccoli, because that's my favorite vegetable.
Broccoli?
Yeah, you can do so many wonderful things with it.
Broccoli's a great thing. Yeah, I
Yeah,
really
raw,
like broccoli.
ranch,
yeah, with ranch
butter
dressing.
and garlic.
Yeah,
Oh,
love it. I like steamed broccoli too.
oh, that's great.
Yeah. What about cauliflower?
No?
No?
Yeah, nah.
Okay, second question we've got for you. If you could choose an imaginary friend, who would you choose and why?
I actually have an imaginary friend.
Uh-oh, you do?
Yeah.
I'm afraid to ask. Who is that?
Well, when I was in the Army, I had an imaginary friend called Max the Moose.
Okay.
And I would scare my soldiers by saying, okay, the only word Max the Moose could say was maximum. Max the Moose.
Get it.
Maximum punishment. So you get in trouble.
Oh,
And I started talking to Max the Moose.
they didn't want you talking to him.
Yeah, that
Oh,
wasn't
my
a good
goodness.
thing if I talked to Max.
Oh my gosh, that's unreal. That maximum. I'll have to remember that. Okay, let's see what else we have for you. Do you have any crazy roommate stories?
1993, I had a roommate in Germany.
Okay.
And we also did basic training together, and I thought he was a good guy. but he was like Oscar from Sesame Street. He was messy, junky,
Oh, yeah.
food under the bed.
Oh, no, that's difficult.
Yeah.
That's a real challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
threw all the stuff out the window.
How long did you threw his stuff out the window?
Yeah.
How long did you live with Oscar?
About a month.
A month?
Yeah.
A month too long, right?
A month too long.
Oh, my goodness. Let's see. I think we have time for one more question. What is your mom's catchphrase?
Wow. She had a lot of them. This hurt me more than it hurt you.
Uh-oh.
When I was getting punished.
Oh, my.
That was it.
And what if you heard it?
Nah, yeah, I don't believe that because it was hurting whatever she did, it hurt.
It hurt.
Yeah.
My mom, too. It hurt.
Hello and welcome to the What Up Show. Today, my guest is Don. Don,
Yes,
it's
sir.
good to see you again.
Well, thank you, sir.
Last time we talked, you know, we had a little bit of an argument over a football issue.
Mm-hmm.
So let's settle that argument. Who's the better team? My team, Dallas Cowboys, or your team, the Baltimore Ravens?
If you're even going to ask that, man, of course, Ravens.
I mean, how can you say that?
Dude, their defense is on point. They got a new, hungry quarterback now that's ready to jump in. Man, I'm telling you, we got some good young boys. We got some Alabama boys up in there, so I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, but you said defense, and last year you guys was like ranked number 22 in defense. That's not a good defense. So how are you going to make that? I heard you say you got some Alabama boys. I'm an Alabama fan, so
Okay.
you might have some help with that.
There you go.
So, but tell me how they're going to incorporate that into the existing defense they have now to make it better.
Because, like I said, they got a new defense. It's like a new team. They're hungry. They're ready to roll now. Yeah, they didn't do too well last year, but, that's because, like I say, you got a couple of old heads that were about done and getting ready to retire, and it was just like, they didn't have it in them anymore.
Okay.
But now it's that time now.
And you guys getting rid of Flacco. He's old and washed up. I understand that. But now let's talk about them Cowboys.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, they're complete. You got a great quarterback, the number 1 running back, the number 3 defense in the NFL, and an offensive line that's off the chain. I mean, Dallas Cowboy front line is the best.
But do they have a ring? I mean, like, when was their last ring?
Okay, they have 5 rings. How many do the Ravens have?
Well, they have two.
See, now you're stuttering. They have what? 2?
They have 2 rings, but still, but how long has it been since the Cowboys even won a ring?
But do they have 5 rings?
No, they don't have 5 rings, but the Cowboys need to get another. But they need to get another ring, though. I mean, they slacking.
Well,
I mean,
since Ray Lewis left, you guys haven't did anything.
Well, I mean, you got this top-notch team you're talking about, and
yeah, that's the team that's coming up now.
Well, I mean, the team they should have came about 5 years ago, though.
Okay, I got you on that one, but I mean, since you saying your team was better, they should have been there all this time. Dallas wasn't good.
But they still been making the playoffs, though.
See,
have they not?
I guess we're gonna have to keep having this debate every time we meet.
Yeah, I guess so, man.
One of these days we're gonna get online with each other. At least you're a Roll Tide fan, so we have that in common.
Exactly.
So that is great, and I love it.
Perfect.
But I want to thank you for coming down to the show. Man, I'm telling you, every time we're together, it's like no time has passed.
The show has.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, Mom, you finally did it. You got yourself locked up. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Just get me out of here.
You know, when you called me earlier, I didn't even know what to think. I mean, what did you even do to get in jail anyways?
What does it matter what I've done? Just get me out of here, please.
If I'm going to get
Please.
you out of here so that we can go back to our life on the road, I need you to tell me what it was that you did to get in Davidson County Prison.
What does it matter? Just help
Because
me
I
out.
need to know if I'm traveling with a murderer or a larcenist or, God forbid, a pirate. I need to know what you've done.
Honey, we're good. Just get me out of here, and after I'm out of here, I'll explain everything. I just need to get out of here. I can't think. I'm embarrassed. I'm mortified.
Of course.
everyone
you know,
else-
I'm embarrassed too, Mom. I'm embarrassed too.
Can you help me out? Just get me out of here.
The prison guard did give me the key, but he said I get to
Open
decide
this
whether you get to
door.
lock.
Let me out.
Only if you tell me what you did to
Honey,
get
I'll
in
tell you
jail.
when I get outside of here. I cannot even think inside of here. God, please
Okay.
get me out of here.
Okay,
Get me
Mom.
out of
Mom,
here.
I love you. Okay, well, there's no need to use profanity. Okay, Mom, because you asked nicely, I'm gonna let you out, but only if we have chicken and dumplings for dinner tonight.
Oh, of course, we'll have chicken
Okay.
and dumplings for dinner. Get me out of
Okay,
here.
and I want
Right.
chicken and dumplings every night.
Every night's fine.
Every night.
That's good. Biscuits, peas, corn,
Okay.
whatever you want.
Okay. Well, peas. Now I'm thinking I'm gonna put
Open
this
the
key back in the
door,
pocket.
Please.
Okay. No peas.
Please.
So can you read that
please.
menu off again for me? You know, I'm starting to sort of drift back towards the
Chicken
doors.
and dumplings and biscuits and corn and
Okay.
whatever you
Yeah,
want.
that's a good entree.
Open the
What's for
door,
dessert?
Please.
What's
Please
for dessert,
get
Mom?
Me out.
What's for dessert, Mom?
Anything you'd like.
Well,
Pudding?
I don't know what I'd like. Sometimes
cake?
I need a menu to be put down on the table before I can make a decision.
Coconut cake.
Coconut cake? All right. You're free to go, Mom.
Please open the door.
Okay.
I'm so claustrophobic behind these bars.
But then what are we going to have for breakfast the next day?
Honey, please open the door. Whatever you want for breakfast, we'll have. Please.
Can we go to IHOP?
Of course.
Thank you. All right, let's go.
Okay, so Rico, it's been a while since you and I have seen one another.
It certainly has.
It's been a long time. So thank you. My name is Cassidy James, and this is the next edition of Who Knew? So Rico Bobbitt is here with us. Everyone knows who Rico is. He's a renowned pianist, and he is a comeback kid as well. So we're going to go back and just get a little history with Rico here. So Rico, take us back 11 years ago. 11 years ago, you were at the top of the world, everyone thought. But what was really going on behind the scenes?
Well, Cassie, I certainly felt on top of the world. I was on my 10th round at the top of the Billboard. I had 10 hit singles in a row for 10 consecutive years. And one day, just decided to experiment a little bit with different forms of music. Didn't work out so well. So then started to get into a little bit of tension with the band, you know. Drummer, Bobby Lou, he wanted to go into more country direction. And our bass player, Bobby too, wanted to go into a more jazz direction. And I wanted to do disco. And that sort of anger, it takes a toll on your music after a while.
Okay, and you were also engaged at the time, right?
I knew you were going to bring that up.
Okay. Well, that's kind of my job.
Mhm.
So Onyx, and she was a star in her own right.
She was.
She was a star in her own right.
Mhm.
She did a lot
No
of
disrespect.
Yeah, well, she has some questionable behavior. That's
a
what
way to
people
put it.
would. Yeah, that's what people would say. But do you all communicate now? What's going on with that?
Yeah, Onyx and I are still friends. We do a semi-annual call every once in a while for her to check on the guinea pig. But, I mean, she really went into that sort of pseudo-new age drug stuff.
Okay.
You know, I can't say it on network TV, but I think we
Right.
all know what I'm talking about.
Okay, So now let's get to your new music, and now you're doing solo piano.
How about I play that right now?
Why don't you?
Hello, everybody. We're on the set tonight of Who Knew. I'm your host, Mitch, and tonight we have Heather from Elder Angels. So if you could please explain quickly to our guests what your affiliation is.
Okay, I'll be glad to. Okay, so Elder Angels is a nonprofit organization that started about 5 years ago, just with an interest in what's happening to the elder demographic that's 65 years and older. That's the forgotten demographic, the demographic that everyone's told, just go somewhere and sit down, just retire to Florida. There's really nothing else that we want you to do except watch the grandkids, and we're here to just completely and totally demolish that stigma and show them that there's an Act 5, if you will, so that they still have value and we can still help them be marketable.
And just let everybody know, I tracked down Heather here in New York City, and it seems that you got a present from one of your Elder Angels. Is that right?
I did get a present from one of our Elder Angels. This is the nonprofit at work. This is one of our Elder Angels masterpieces. This is actually a model that one of our Elder Angels made that is actually aspiring to be a makeup artist, something that would be unheard of under normal circumstances. Nobody would give them a chance, but this person is clearly talented. They want to do makeup on a grand scale, and we just, I wanted to showcase this so that everybody knew that it's not over for them.
Wow, Heather, but there's actually a twist to this story, because it seems that while you were skipping out on your dealings in Nashville, we actually planted a microphone in this head here to listen to some activities maybe that we heard about, maybe some illegal activities that you were involved in. And
that I was involved in?
Yes. Could you maybe tell us anything about that?
There's nothing for me to tell you because I've done nothing illegal. So I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I think the audio would tell a different story. We know that you're running a illegal drug ring in New York City with all of the money that you've earned from the fundraisers.
This is not accurate. Is that what that's supposed to be? Is that supposed to be a printout of the audio?
We have the audio recording to prove these statements. And actually, we have a caller here. One of the Elder Angels wants you to explain your situation and tell her
I don't know
personally
what you're talking about,
what you've been doing with her money.
What is this?
This is Who Knew.
I don't want to have anything more to do with this.
I'm sorry. You probably should explain to the people.
Michael Cooper, and I'm with Laquita James, and we're doing a show called Oh My Goodness. Laquita, what brought you here tonight?
Well, you invited me to be a guest, and I didn't have anything better to do, so I thought I'd come and be on the show and let everybody know what's going on.
You didn't have to wash your hair.
Nope.
You didn't have to go out on a date.
No.
You didn't have to jury duty tonight.
I'm trying to cut back.
Thank you. Thank you for coming tonight. And I have some questions here that I wanted to ask you. And if you don't want to answer, oh my goodness, you don't have to answer.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, or just say, I'm not answering that. It might incriminate me. Okay, if you could meet any historical figure, who would you choose and why?
Ooh. Any historical figure.
Mm-hmm.
Harriet Tubman, probably.
Why?
Well, she led all those people to freedom, freed
Yes,
so
she
many
did.
people from slavery. So I think it's pretty awesome.
Okay, very good, very good. What is the weirdest thing that you've ever eaten for breakfast that is not a breakfast food?
Cold pizza, cheese whiz, and crackers.
You know what? That sounds delicious.
It's gross.
Man, that sounds, you know what? We could put that on the menu.
It's gross in the morning.
What conspiracy theory is so unbelievable that it might be true?
That they have underground bunkers underneath the Walmart.
You know what? I've wondered where all those people come from. That's not the first time. I have thought of that also.
Yeah, they have all those YouTube videos on that online. So.
Yeah, they have those too. And where are those people coming from? I have no clue. How do you react when someone is doing 30 miles an hour on a ramp to a highway when the speed limit is 65?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So Nashville, they do 25 miles an hour on the speed belt.
In the fast lane.
In the fast lane. And the lady's beating her little children. I understand. Oh. If someone borrowed your body for a week, what quirks would you tell them about so they are prepared?
Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm stiff in the morning, and then it's like if I sit too long, I get stiff again, so you got to get up and move, you know?
You know what I would do? I wouldn't tell them anything. They'd have to find out for themselves.
Ooh, that's savage.
I know. If money were no object, would you prefer to have a professional chef to cook your every meal for you or do it yourself?
Have somebody cook? Hello?
That's what I'm talking about.
I eat that all the time anyway.
That's what I'm talking about. Because who likes to cook, particularly early in the morning or late in the evening?
Right.
At this time, we're going to stop with the questions, and I want to say you thank you for coming to the show.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you again.
Hi, I'm Laquita, and this is What's Up. I'm here with my friend Beth today, and we're going to be asking her a few questions about her and what she's kind of into. So that's what's up. Okay, so first question on the list. Would you rather be stranded on a spaceship or a desert island, and why?
Spaceship, because at least it'll be something pretty that I see before I die.
But you can see stuff on a desert island, too.
What would you be able to see, though? That is
sand,
I guess. Yeah,
water.
But if you're in a spaceship, maybe you can see out in the stars, so it'll be pretty.
That's prettier. Okay. Let's see. What is your favorite activity to do on a vacation?
Ooh. Where am I going for this vacation?
I don't know. You tell me.
Ooh, maybe if I get to the beach, I like to journal, so maybe just journaling and looking out at the sea.
Oh, that's cool.
That'd be cute.
Do you write as well, or do you just primarily do journaling?
I just journal, but I would like to get into writing. Maybe someday I'll write a book, and then I'll come and talk in the show about it.
Oh, cool. That's what's up. Okay. Would you rather swim in a pool filled with Kool-Aid, red Kool-Aid, or would you like to go skiing on a mountain of frozen lemonade?
I guess skiing, just because I haven't done that, and that would be a fun new way to do it. I don't know.
So you're saying that you swam in a pool of Kool-Aid?
No, but at least I've swam, so it'll be a new experience.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. What unofficial holiday or national holiday is your favorite?
Ooh. I mean, I didn't celebrate it, but National Tequila Day happened a little while ago.
Wait a minute. There's a National Tequila Day.
Yes, and I missed it. I think it was the 24th or something.
July?
Yes, and I missed it, so.
Okay, now what country is celebrating this?
Oh, it was I don't know, it just popped up. It might have been just a meme, but we should all just celebrate.
That's very unofficial, but that sounds like a made-up holiday. But
well, we have donut holiday, though, so.
We do, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But, yeah, I like
anyway.
Krispy Kremes, too. Yeah.
Good.
All right. Well, we've enjoyed having you here. Hopefully, we'll get to learn more about what you're doing in the future.
Yeah, and thank you for having me. I'll come back with my book.
You're going to come back with your book?
Yeah.
You need to start writing it.
I'll start writing
Don't forget to journal.
Yeah, I'll be back.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us this evening for That's What's Up. I'm Laquita James, the host. Bye. With our guest, Beth.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Iris Dutour. Today, we're sitting with studio engineer and producer Mitch Kluge. Mitch, thank you so much for joining me today.
For sure.
I have a few questions for you.
Sounds good.
Can you please tell me a little bit about your path to become an audio engineer?
I started playing music around 11 years old, primarily the guitar. But after I graduated high school, I realized I had an interest in production as well. So I moved to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and attended MTSU and got a bachelor's degree in recording industry from there with a minor in music. So, of course, the natural move would be to move to Nashville. So that's where I ended up. And from there, interned at a couple studios in town. One of them was more of a commercial band-oriented studio, and then the next one was more of a demo, kind of like production house. So it was cool to have both those different experiences. And then eventually I was looking for my own space, and so yeah, that kind of is where I ended up. With
So you ended up in your own studio, right? You have a studio on Queen Avenue off of Dickerson Pike, is that right?
That's right.
Right, and what is the name of it, and what kind of services do you offer there?
It's called Villain Place, and currently been there for a little over 3 years. It started off with 2 other guys, and one of them kind of branched off into a creative director for a record label, and the other person involved is now in graphic design. So I kind of just took it over, I guess you could say, and so now we offer tracking and mixing and mastering. We also offer graphic design and video content for artists. So we have a team of people depending on what the project calls for. Right now there's 2 studios on the facility, but we're working on a 3rd larger endeavor at the moment. So
Great. And what kind of music do you mostly work on?
It really depends. There's a lot of rock and country music in Nashville, but I've also worked with hip-hop artists and electronic music. So anything that walks through the door, really.
That's
yeah.
perfect. And one last question for you, excuse me. What is your website?
It's www.villainplacestudio.com.
Great. Well, Mitch, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, absolutely.